personal development. Number one, I believe you must become a master of time management. That means that you do have to develop visionary qualities in your life. And I'll go into more detail on that. Number two, you do need to reinforce your vision with productive daily habits. And these must be in a written form and followed daily with discipline. Number three is you must become a relationship expert. And this begins with being a good relator to yourself. I am a born-again Christian, but I do work in the marketplace, so I am sensitive to other folks' belief systems. I basically don't try to cram anything down anybody's throat, but I do, expound some basic principles of faith in my training. And I do believe that one of the most ironic things that Jesus Christ said was that, to love people as you love yourself. Well, I've read statistically, psychologists in the world know that probably about 60 to 70% of humanity is going around with low self-esteem. So people must love themselves. You have to be able to love yourself properly. And I'm not talking about egotism or any of that, but to be accepting of oneself, forgiving of oneself, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, focusing on strengths. So that is the key part to becoming a relationship expert. And then also you got to learn to love others, right? That's a huge exercise in being a human being. I'm happily married. I have 3 awesome children. They're grown. They have their own lives here in the Nashville area. I have developed what I call the cross grid, and I'll get into that in a little more detail as in terms of relating to others. You must master what I call the cross grid. Number 4 is you eventually, as you mature throughout your lifetime, you want to be able to give back as a mentor. You want to be able to teach and train others how to follow your example. You have to lead by example and also encourage them. Encouragement is huge in our life as people in the world. We've got to be constantly not only encouraging ourselves, and that is crucial. We've got to be encouraging other people on a daily basis. That is the number one thing that motivates folks to improve themselves. Number 5, you must know and go with your strengths and develop those. So I'm switching gears here a little bit out of the relationship area into, say, vocational and then eventually financial principles. But you must know yourself. I think one of the most tragic scenarios in life today is that most folks don't really know themselves, or they may know themselves, but they don't focus on their strengths. I do believe that it's crucial to, even if you must take vocational assessments, that type of thing, to understand your strengths. There's a lot of great works out there now in regards to finding your strengths and so forth. But folks should ultimately do an inventory, if you will, and prioritize those strengths and focus on the ones that are the most preeminent. Number 6 is ultimately you want to build a massive monetary estate. Okay, so everybody understands that whole principle. I believe that it's crucial to use your finances to benefit others, which leads to principle number 7, which is to develop a lifestyle of philanthropy.